side. So that's the hardest part, is getting it recorded, try to do it I figure if I do it as well as I can, that it'll have a chance of being picked up and played on the radio. But that's the hard part for me, is the discipline and to get on the computer and to turn it on. So when I'm actually taking the time and I'm actually doing it and things are rolling along, I'll stay up because I don't want to quit, because it'll be hard to get started again. That's my weakness, is the computer part, and there's a lot of that, the uploading, that's the hard part for me of the songwriting deal. Writing the songs is enjoyable, and it's still work, and you put a lot of thought into that. But the other technical part, the business end of things, trying to get it all done, and you're sitting there like on my website. I'll have a song release, and I have to upload it, take the time, upload, and register things. I have to do it with BMI, because nowadays the folks out there, I'm sure they already know this, but you need to be registered or signed up under contract with either BMI or ASCAP just for your songs to get on the radio. You've got to, and then so you've got to take your song and you've got to now upload that MP3 onto. Like for Reverb Nation, and take your photographs, you're doing all that. That takes a long time. It's not as easy as it sounds. Then you're going into BMI or ASCAP, you're uploading everything for them, you're registering all that. You work your copyright time. Oh, geez. And then if you're on American Music Channel or there's so many different resources out there that you want to share it with, and then you're going on to Facebook. Maybe you're showing part of it on Facebook. Your social media time, Instagram, all the different things. So all that business end is the hard part for me, I guess, to answer your question.
Yeah, that is challenging, because when you get to, when young people think, when you become a songwriter, it's just fame, but it's also business. You have to edit, you have to, it is a business, It
is, and I know nowadays, everybody, there's so many opinions out there about structuring. There's basic structures, but they're kind of like, well, times are changing, but I'm like pretty much a traditionalist. I try to stick with what's worked for so many years. When I first started songwriting, I'd go back into the Gershwin days, the old, in the 40s, 50s, study the song structures, then through the folk era and so on. And, what's a pure rhyme? What's a near rhyme? And I really try, like, with working on a song, it's just my opinion, because there's a lot of opinions out there, but I just think nowadays everybody, they have software, they'll go, well, here's the near rhyme that'll work. And so they're just flying along, just kind of writing these lyrics, sometimes kind of haphazard. You can tell it's just formula writing. Nothing's from the heart. If you have something to say that's from your heart, especially with country music, if it takes some time, take the time. If you get yourself back into a corner where you can't come up with a pure rhyme, for example, and you can't say it correctly, back on out of there and restructure it, rewrite it to where you put the work. I guess what I'm saying is put the work into it and craft it well. Sometimes you can't use, you do near rhymes, and sometimes it's really fitting, but it's my opinion. That's just my opinion, though, but I'd say put the work into it. Near rhymes are cool, but just occasionally when it's really needed. And if something needs to be said from your heart, then put it in there. Sometimes I'll look at songs that are out there, commercial songs, and I work with a lot of guys. I was in Nashville for quite a while, and you can kind of tell something that was written by a bunch of guys. Sometimes something from the heart may not be what others think is the perfect line, but you feel it's necessary to explain yourself and to have the story told correctly. And that's, you can kind of tell songs written from the heart. That's my opinion anyway, in that way. That's just a few thoughts on that, but don't get a songwriter going. You'll get all kinds of opinions on this, but that's just mine.
I understand, yeah. You have to have the dedication for it, I know a lot of people rely on technology now, but do your research and dig deep and just listen to your heart and your gut, stay committed and,
Yeah, especially, how do I say this without going around the barn here, Trey? Especially with country music should be written from the heart. And the really good songs. And be true to that and take the time and try to say what's in your heart the best you can. Don't go with the easy outs and just put the work into it. Take the craft seriously and really take the time to do it as well as you can. And that's what I really try to do. And some of my songs aren't always pure. I was influenced by so many guys, and that's a whole different subject. Because I'm like a grab bag with my songs. It's funny, you work as a songwriter, and it's like I had some people. I came back home. I'd been in Nashville, and I got to be known back there a little bit as a songwriter. So I'd have people call me up, and one time you'll get people saying, "This is a new artist, and he needs a song. Leave it." What was that one? "Leave It to Me." And so, you get assignments like that. But ordinarily, as a songwriter, I kind of was pop country, then I was doing country, and some of my songs were like blues. I mean, so I never know what's coming out of myself. But when it comes to country, especially, I really do feel that it should be from the heart and take the time, put the work in it, like you were saying.
Absolutely. Yeah, stay committed, stay dedicated. Because if you want to be a songwriter and want to be in the music industry, it's a lifestyle. You have to stay committed. You have to put in the work. And, there are times where you'll be discouraged, but there's always, a way back from being discouraged. There's always the light in the darkness,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I guess that's part of being just human, though. We'll go through phases where I think don't they kind of have little rubber rooms for people that are always happy? I mean, I always thought of it that way. We have to have some downtime, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, before the interview is over, I want to say, where people can find your music again. It's sonofarodeomanmusic.com, and you're on Amazon Music, Reverb Nation, iTunes. So yeah, a lot of people can find your music all over.
Yeah, it's Pandora, Spotify. It's pretty much all out there. It's under DJ. I had to come up with. I thought Dave Wilson was kind of boring, so I used my initials, DJ Wilson. So it's kind of branded like that now. iTunes said, "Make up your mind. Is it going to be Dave Wilson or DJ Wilson?" So I just stuck with the DJ Wilson, and then you can go to the song title, and I should pull up.
Absolutely. Well, Mr. Wilson, thank you very much for letting me talk to you. It's been a pleasure. I wish you continued success with your endeavors and your songwriting career, and thank you very much.
Well, thank you, Trey. Thanks for having me on.
And that was songwriter and musician Mr. DJ Wilson. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you all enjoyed it. And join us next time when we have a few more interviews. We'll have a few more coming up. We'll have a journalist Leland Garten, actor Mara Wilson, singer Elizabeth Ertel. A few coming up. We're getting busy, and it's that time, and hopefully we are going to be a good outlet for you for this summer, give you some entertainment, and stay safe out there, stay cool in the heat of the summer, and may God bless you all, like always. Thanks.